Now, let me tell you something. Across the other states of the Union, we don't have that generally. Illinois finds itself year after year after year competing with other states for being the most corrupt state in the Union. Now, I'm just dealing with facts. Those states include New Jersey and Louisiana. What's happening in Louisiana now? They got a new governor in Louisiana. And what's he do? He's cleaning it up. He's making a difference. He's doing it with an ethics package, frankly, and implementing promises and making commitments and keeping those commitments that are really changing the face of Louisiana. Illinois needs to get on the reform bandwagon. Adam is committed to those same ethics components that are being implemented in Louisiana, and that's going to make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. After his success in private enterprise, Adam founded a nonprofit dedicated to bringing transparency to local government. For the good of Illinois, he is responsible for putting over $1 billion of public spending online. You know, it's the little, no, not that $1 billion is a little bit of money, but it's those little things we do as citizens that start making a difference for the future of our state, of our communities, and frankly, for our families. Adam was the first to announce his candidacy. Adam's grassroots campaign put together 14,000 signatures to get him on the ballot, which I can assure you is no small feat. He's run an efficient campaign. And by the way, they say that how you run a campaign says a lot about how you're going to run the office should you be the successful candidate. And I think, honestly, what I've seen of your campaign, it's efficient, it's lean, you're working hard in it, you have a lot of volunteers working hard on it. It's not driven by money. Adams had to come up with money out of his own pocket to fund it. Adams also had generosity across the state of Illinois. And I think he'll be the first one to tell you, even though he's funded money, unlike some wealthy candidates in the past who funded a lot of money in a campaign, he's not going to say, I did it all by myself. He did it with volunteers, he did it with other people making financial contributions. He did it, ladies and gentlemen, frankly, by working hard and with the help of other people. And I believe he's going to be successful in this campaign. Now, it's fair to say that the biggest challenge facing the state of Illinois right now is to balance its budget. I don't want to make light of corruption, but we got to put corruption not aside, not forget it, but unless we get Illinois' budget under control, there's just going to be more money, and money attracts the corruption and the practices and the habits that have been endemic in Illinois politics. So to understand who we should support in this election, it's very important to understand how that candidate will handle the budget. We've already talked about his not-for-profit, bringing transparency to local government. A lot of times, you know, this federal experiment we have called the United States of America allows us to have 50 different little communities. We call them states, but each one experiments. That was the design of the founders, that we're going to have these different states, and each one is going to figure out how to do it and do it better, and that'll force competition. Well, in our case, we don't have to look too far to see how government can be run well. All we have to do is look over in the state of Indiana. Governor Mitch Daniels has done a remarkable job there. And what has he done? He's focused on the money. I remember, some of you remember the name Cecil Partee. I met Cecil Partee 20 plus years ago. And we were talking one time, Democrat, by the way, for those of you who may not recall. And Cecil told me, he said, let me give you some advice about politics and government. Just follow the money. Where does it come from? Where does it go? That's what you need to follow. Everything else will come from that. And if you want to understand what's going on, don't forget that formula. By the way, I used that when I went to the state senate in Springfield, and it helped me greatly. It helped me get a lot of things done that I might not otherwise have gotten done. Let's look at Mitch Daniels' Indiana playbook. Cut spending, cut it some more, balance the budget, and then cut taxes. Focusing on not only state taxes, but property taxes as well. Sound familiar to anybody? Now, I don't know if you copied him, but you're basically on the right track. Adam starts from that foundation, and I believe that that will get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse in state government. That, coupled with his ethics initiatives, it's very possible. Believe it, I've been in there. I've seen, for 10 years I served in the Illinois Senate, I saw what makes this thing go. You starve it. Anybody who is not willing to say no to more taxes is not worthy of my support. Period.